Hello, welcome back. If you are new, welcome. I'm so happy that you are here. I want to take a second to thank you guys again for subscribing and watching my videos thus far. I really appreciate that. Today we're going to be doing more of a skin focused look. So if we rewind to last video where I had an Instagram poll on what kind of video you would like to see, the majority of you said skin look. So I did go ahead and order that foundation and received it. So we'll be focusing on that today. So if you're interested in seeing a skin look and a wear test, then please do. Okay, let's get into the goodies that we ordered. So I ordered from two places, Sephora and Ulta. So we will start with the Ulta first. I ordered stuff from Flesh Beauty. So I ordered their stick foundation, and then I ordered a highlighter from them as well. So when I first received the stick foundation, I thought I had purchased a travel size. I didn't realize how small the foundation actually was. So it is about yay big. And then this is how the inside looks. Hopefully this foundation matches me because I did pick it out online. Usually I'm pretty good at that, but we shall see. And then the other one I ordered from them, which was the highlighter. So whenever you order makeup and you see the product on the outside of the unicarton before you open it, your heart sinks because you already know what disaster lies inside. So this is completely shattered, beyond shattered. It is powder. Like, I don't know what happened. I don't know if they didn't press it correctly and it became loose, if, you know, whoever shipped it to me, they weren't gentle with it, whatever the deal is with that. But I saw Nikki Tutorials talk about this. It is the Boost Highlighter. I will be using it and then I will be returning it so I can get a fresh, pretty one that isn't shattered. And then from Sephora, the two things I ordered. So the first one was the Milk Makeup, the Kush Lip Glaze, and this is the shade Chronic. So I'll show you guys what that looks like. So this is the tube, and then you open it up, and this is the applicator. I did use some. I have it on right now because my lips are super dry, and I really enjoy this so far. It is amazing. It felt minty on my lips, and it's not sticky, which I really appreciate. So then the next thing I ordered, which this is what I was waiting on so that way I could do a wear test on it, was the Vanish foundation by Hourglass. So I did try the stick Vanish foundation, which the majority of people enjoyed, and I could not for the life of me get it to work. I'm a very oily person, and I think that was the first foundation that ever made me have dry patches, and I typically don't have dry patches. So I'm hoping that the liquid works a lot better than the stick foundation did. So without further ado, let's get started into priming our face. So the first thing I'm going to start with is going to be the Version Marula Luxury Face Oil by Drunk Elephant. I love Drunk Elephant's products so much. Even though I am oily, I still like adding an oil component to my priming routine, especially in the winter time because I have eczema around my nose. That is where I get dry patches. That is not where the Vanish stick made me have dry patches. So we're just gonna place this all over our skin. And then next I'm going to be using my Josie Maran, the Surreal Skin Argan Finishing Balm. So this is a nice dupe for the Tatcha primer. When I went to go and purchase the Tatcha primer, they were out of stock. So I had somebody suggest this kind of as a dupe for it. So we'll just place this all over. Rub it in, rub it in. So next I want to talk about some things that I use before I prime my skin. So in the morning, after I wash my face, after I take a shower, all those things. So what I will first start with is I did a mask today. This is one of my favorite masks. It's by Dr.Jart. So this is the Rubber Mask Bright Lover. These are so great. They look crazy. You look like a superhero because it is a rubber mask, but it comes with a serum that you place all over the face, and then you put the rubber mask over top of it and allow it to sit for 15 minutes. So they have all different kinds. I have another one right here that I enjoy too. So it's the hydration one. So right here is the serum you use, place that all over the face, and then you put the rubber mask on inside of it. So these are really great. They only retail for, I think, about $12. I love them. The next thing I want to talk about that I use is the Fresh Deep Hydration Face Cream. So I really love this product. I've been using that as my moisturizer for daytime because it's a little thinner. And then what I've been using for my body is the Sol de Janeiro. This is their new one. It's the Coco Cabana cream. So Moisture Magnet Oil and Water Body Cream. So this looks like this. And it smells so good. Oh my goodness. So I have the original one. I finished that. I saw that they had this one and I was like, why not? Let's try it. So those are just a few products that I used before I fully prep my skin for my foundation, or if I'm just heading out for the day, that is what I will use. So let's get into this foundation routine. Alrighty, so I went ahead and placed on my brows. So now we will get started in the foundation. So I did on my Instagram story ask you guys to ask me a few questions that I can answer as I'm filming. Our first question is going to be, when did you know makeup was your passion? I knew makeup was my passion when I was about 15 years old. Let's rewind. I started my interest in makeup when I was about 13 years old. So for those of you who know who Kevin Aquan is, that is my makeup idol. He inspired me. Well, this shade isn't too terrible. He inspired me so much as a child. My mom had his books. Shout out Nicole Reed. My mom had his books, and growing up I would just flip through the pages just like mesmerized. I'm just using a beauty blender to blend this in. Mesmerized by all the looks and all of the makeup and the images. The specific book I'm talking about is Making Faces. That's the one I know I definitely was always into. Specifically the Priscilla Presley photo where she was Marilyn Monroe. Oh, I love that. So my mom, when I was 13, flipped to the one page where it had younger girls, and she said, what he says they can wear, you can wear. And it was like blush, clear mascara, like lip gloss, that kind of thing. And I was like, okay, you know, I took it like, yeah, at least we're getting somewhere. From that point on, it just escalated into like a passion of mine. So I would say I definitely knew makeup was my passion when I was about 15 years old. I went to a small private school and they were more into the theatrics. So I would help out doing makeup for the plays and doing hair for the plays. So then I started at Paul Mitchell after I graduated. So this is September of 2013. I started at Paul Mitchell School, Cincinnati. And I would say halfway through my schooling was when I was like, this is what I want to do. I want to focus on makeup. So after I graduated from Paul Mitchell, I started to freelance for MAC Cosmetics. Now I'm going to go in with the Vanish by Hourglass. I like how this stick foundation oh no. Okay, I don't enjoy that. I could literally just wipe it off right there. I'm hoping it's from the mask I did that it's acting like this, but it's a little on the drier side. Makeup Forever just has my favorite foundation stick, and I don't know why. I think I can go away from that. Okay, so we're gonna take a little bit of Vanish the color Linen. This is gonna be very yellow on me and I already know it, and that's okay because that's what I want, so to that. So I started freelancing for MAC Cosmetics, and then I was hired on as a permanent artist October of 2014. So I graduated in September of 2014 from Paul Mitchell, and then October of 2014 I started freelancing for MAC Cosmetics, and my passion for makeup just grew. It really did, because MAC is such an artistry-driven brand, and that's what I wanted to be a part of. When I started this career, I wanted to be a part of something that grew me, and that was for everybody. It wasn't just for one specific skin tone, one specific age group. It was literally for everybody. That's kind of where it all began, I guess, and now we are here. So it's funny because now I am the makeup specialist at Paul Mitchell The School Cincinnati, and I focus more on freelance work. So during the weekends I have weddings, special events, that kind of thing, and then now I'm growing into YouTubing. So I get to share, you know, my thoughts, my opinions, what works for you guys. So I'm very thankful in such a short amount of time, I've been able to grow so much. Like in the matter of 5 years, like I've experienced so much, and I can't wait to continue to grow and experience more and just grow my craft. So I hope that answered that question. It was kind of a little bit of everywhere. I'm not a very good storyteller. I get too sidetracked. And then the next one, I'm still just blending the same foundation, by the way. The next question is, how do you keep your foundation from becoming patchy on dry skin? So this is a great question. I do not have dry skin, although I have been experiencing dry patches around my nose from my eczema this winter. So the biggest thing is how you prep and prime your skin before makeup application. So what skincare are you using? What like night creams are you using? What are you washing your face with? Those are all huge factors. Also using a non-matte foundation. If you do have a matte foundation, then I would suggest adding a little bit of beauty oil to it. That way it turns more hydrating. It kind of turns into more of a natural satin finish, which is a little bit of matte, a little bit of dew to it. My nose didn't start running until I sat down to film. Why? Let's see what this foundation claims. So I am talking about the Hourglass Vanish foundation. Okay, so the benefits of the Hourglass foundation, the Vanish, is a high concentrated liquid foundation designed to deliver instant full coverage with just a half a pump, no primer needed. Coverage is full, finish is natural. Formulation liquid, skin type normal, combination, and oily. The ingredient callouts, free of parabens. This product is also vegan and cruelty free if that is important to you. What else you need to know? This is a highly concentrated formula, provides full coverage with a minimal product. It applies with a second skin, creating a smooth, flawless complexion, light reflecting microspheres, blur and create a soft focus finish. The non-comedogenic formula is waterproof, transfer proof, and sweat proof. You're selling me a dream in a bottle, basically. Full coverage. I mean, I think it's pretty full coverage. I don't think it's a half a pump full coverage, but I think it's full coverage once you layer it for sure. Primer, I don't really use a primer to begin with, so sure, I agree with that statement. I don't know if it blurs though. I see no blurring aspect to these. But we will stay positive. I will put concealer, powder, all the above down and see what we think about it. So I have to say that I really enjoy this shade. For myself personally, I like more of a yellow tone foundation. So I really like that. I guess I do like this coverage. So now we're gonna go in with our concealer. I'm gonna be using Tarte Shape Tape in the shade Fair Beige. because you know I'm pale. So I'm just going to be placing this in the normal spots. And then I'm just gonna blend that out. Okay, so now we have our concealer blended out. I'm gonna go ahead and go in with my Fenty Beauty Pro Filt'r setting powder. So I do use the shade Lavender. I'm gonna go ahead and bake under my eyes. I like to also bake everywhere that I know I'm going to get oily. So around my mouth, my chin. My forehead gets super oily too, but that's just something that I've come to accept. So I just powder that normal. So the next product I'm going to be going in with is going to be my MAC Mineralized Skin Finish. And this is what I'm just going to use to set the rest of my face. And again, I'm using a 140S, also by MAC, as my brush. Okay, so once this foundation is set down, it is really pretty. Can't really complain much about that. Let's see what other questions we have. So another question is tips for the perfect wing liner. So I love a wing liner. Literally my favorite thing ever. It was so much my favorite thing that it used to be something I did every single day, and as a makeup artist you have to show some sort of variety, so I did kind of start going away from it. But my favorite thing to use for wing liner is going to be the Inglot 77 gel liner and a MAC 210 brush, so a super small eyeliner brush. So I will line the lash line like normal, and then I'll go ahead and create my wing on the outer portion of my eye. So right here, I'll flick it up and then I'll connect it to the base. So I've learned that taking it into steps kind of makes it less overwhelming. Also, what I'm bronzing with is going to be Laura Mercier, the Ritual Baked Blush Bronze. I love this blush bronzer, and I only use it for my forehead. I am really enjoying how the foundation is looking now that it's set. Like, I'm thoroughly impressed. The next one I'm going to be going in with is going to be my MAC powders. They no longer sell this exact thing, but they do sell the shade that I'm going to be using, which is Sculpt. That is the name of it. Guys, I didn't do my eyes first. How taboo. So my camera quit recording on me. So I did just go ahead and finish bronzing and contouring my face using the Laura Mercier and then the MAC Sculpt powder. And then I just dusted my Bake Away and sprayed my face. So now we're going to go in with our highlighter. So of course we're going to be using Colourpop Smoke and Whistles, my fave thing ever. Yeah. You're welcome. I'm just gonna take that on the high points of my face. Now we're gonna go in. I don't even know how I'm gonna do this. Now we're gonna go in with the Blush Boost highlighter. Pray for me. This is how it looked when I opened it. Oh yes. It doesn't like this currently. But you can see the residue of the powder. Yeah. It's just like everywhere. Oh, regret. So you can see what it looks like. Okay. So we're gonna go in with that. So I'll be using my Morphe M510 brush. Dust off the excess. I'll give it one more chance to come to me in one. And if it doesn't, then it just wasn't meant to be. Okay, now I'll do my nose. It's so pretty. Why are you broken? Why are you shattered? No response. Okay, now I'm gonna put it back in its box. No, but really, I thought that was a really pretty highlighter, and I can't wait to repurchase it. Return and repurchase for one that is not broken. I want it to be glowy today. You know, we're focusing on the skin. It's sunny outside. It hasn't been sunny in so long. So here in Cincinnati, it's been like negative degrees or 0. So I'm really enjoying this like almost 50-degree weather. So I'm just going to be using my MAC in Extra Dimension blush in Fairly Precious. And then I'm just going to be taking my brush and I'm just going to be cleaning up underneath. So thoughts so far. I really enjoy it. I honestly do, like around the forehead and everything. I think it looks really good. The only thing that I dislike is around the nose. I do have minor dry patches, which isn't where my eczema is, and I just exfoliated too. So I don't know if that's just from like the face mask I did earlier or what it's from, but I don't enjoy that at all. But I definitely think that is a fixable issue. But I'm going to go ahead and throw a little bit of eye makeup on and a lip, and then we will come back. I just had to share this with you guys. Look at my skin and my bathroom lighting. Literally obsessed. Oh my god. Yes, highlight. Okay, so I threw some eye makeup on and I put a lip on. So I literally just used my Kat Von D Shade and Light palette. I used the middle contour shade just as a crease color. And then I used my NARS Climax mascara. And then on my lips, I'm using the NYX Natural Lip Pencil, which I lost. And then on top of that, just to keep my lips hydrated today because they are pretty dry, is the Milk Makeup, the lip glaze, the Kush lip glaze. So I'm going to keep you guys updated throughout the day how this foundation wears. Remember, we are wearing the Vanish foundation and the Flesh Stick foundation. So this is what we are going to be going over today. I will keep you guys updated. Okay, so it's been about an hour and we're still holding up pretty well. The sun is so bright, but I'm very thankful for it because it is 54 degrees outside. Yay! Okay, so I'll update you guys in a little bit. So obviously the first thing you do when running errands is go get coffee. Yay! So I have this cute little coffee shop called Sidewinder, and I love it. I get an iced turtle mocha every time. So now I'm gonna go do the important things. So hopefully you can hear me. We are in the car wash. It was finally nice today. So I was able to get all the salt off of my car because salt kills paint. So yeah, we are, let's see, it's 6:22. We are 2.5 hours into this, and it's still holding up really well. I'm impressed. Hi, welcome back. It is now, let's see, 7:50 p.m. So I've had this foundation, this look on for almost 4 hours now, which is typically the time where my skin will start to break down foundation. My natural oils start coming through. So let's see. It's not too bad. So typically around my mouth, my chin area, especially my chin, foundation will start to break up. So it's slightly breaking up, but it's nothing terrible. Nothing that's out of the ordinary. I'm still very matte, not as oily. My forehead's good. In between my eyebrows gets oily too, and that is fine. Also with the Kush lip glaze. Come on, 4-hour wear so far. I've had coffee, I've had snacks, and it's still on there. I have not touched it up once. Also, to go back to the foundation, I do not typically powder my face throughout the day just because I'm just too oily for that. So once it starts to become oily, it just is what it is. If I add anything over top of that, I start to feel gross and just like there's so much product on my face. So go back to the Kush Lip Glaze. I absolutely love it. It's not sticky. It's not giving me any weird like white residue that typically happens. And this lip liner has held up really well. It didn't bleed outside of the lip line, which is amazing. So I'm very impressed. I love this foundation. Remember, we use the Hourglass Vanish and we use the Flesh Stick Foundation. So I definitely recommend giving these a try. And just like how it said in the description, it's good for dry skin, normal skin, and oily skin. I definitely stand by that. This is a great foundation. A little of it does go a long way. You do need to layer it if you do want like super full coverage. The Flesh Foundation was good. I usually like using stick foundations underneath other foundations just because it kind of gives me a little more coverage where I have rosacea. So this is definitely a great little like travel foundation to like throw into your bag and just have with you. Lip Kush, I already said I love this. The actual thing is in my purse currently, but this is the Unicarton Love. And then I did go to Ulta and exchange/return my Flesh highlighter. So they weren't able to exchange it and order me a new one just because they don't carry it in store, so I guess they can't access it through their system. They did give me a free shipping card, but when I went to use it, so the code had been used. So that's awkward. But Ulta does have 20% off of online right now, so I was able to use that. So that should be here, it said like February 10th. So that will be great. We can use that as a whole now because I'm really obsessed with this. Like, I love it. I kept on looking at myself in the car. I'm like, yes, glow. So that is it for today. Thank you for being here, for watching. I hope this helped you decide if you wanted to try one of these foundations or not. Also talking a little bit about what I do as an everyday routine when it comes to prepping my skin before I go ahead with makeup application, and then also how I prep my skin for makeup application. So yes, thank you guys so much for being here, and I'll see you next time.